नमस्कारः। सो वेलकम बैक, स्वागतम टू अनादि अनंतम। तो आज हम देख रहे हैं भगवद गीता के श्लोक नंबर 4 से शुरू करेंगे। तो वी विल ट्राई टू रिसाइट द श्लोका नंबर 4 टुडे। श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। श्री कृष्णाय नमः। राधा कृष्णाय नमो नमः। श्लोका नंबर 4, अध्याय 1। अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुनसमा युधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः। अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुन समायुधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः. So Duryodhana, while speaking to Acharya Dronacharya and calling his attention towards how big and well-formed, intelligently formed the military army or phalanxes of the Pandavas, so he is taking names of who all are there to oppose them, whom Duryodhana and his army have to face on the battleground of Kurukshetra. So Atra, here, Shura, the warriors, great warriors, valiant heroes. Maheshwasa. Maheshwasa is Sandhi split as Maha Ishu Asaha, which means mighty bowmen, mighty people who are going to do warfare with the bow and arrow. So Maheshwasa. Bhima Arjuna Sama. Bhima and Arjuna were already well known and they were famous all over India and abroad for their warfare and tactics plus their might. So Arjuna was known for his ekagra thing, and whatever he puts his aim on, he will pierce through his arrow. And Bhima is known for his muscle power, right? So Bhima Arjuna Sama. Like Bhima and Arjuna, there are also many others in the team of Pandavas. Yudhi, who are ready to fight. Yuyudhano, who are ready to fight. Viritascha. Yuyudhana is one name of the warrior. Yuyudhana, Viratascha, another warrior. Drupadascha, so Raja Drupad is also there. Maharathaha. Maharathi means the one who has a great chariot and who has the might to face many people opposing or coming on the chariots. So chariot fight. Maharathaha. People gain chariots because of their power to put down as many enemies, so many enemies. So Duryodhana is trying to call the names of the people whom the Kauravas have to face. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhima Arjuna Samayuthi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. So 3 names he has given. In the next shloka he is continuing with the same. धृष्टकेतुश्च चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च सैभ्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः. So after the 3 names, now he is continuing with Drishtaketu, 4th name Drishtaketu, 5th name Chekitanah, 6th Kashiraja, so the king of Kashi, Kashirajascha Viryavan. So Kashi Raja also has another story, a very interesting story where he had a daughter, and that daughter was a devotee of the Devi. So Devi blessed her, and she wanted to do Swayamvara or marriage of to a groom of her own choice. And in Ayodhya, in the hierarchy of Rama, there was a king called as Sudarshana. Sudarshana lost his kingdom the way Sri Rama lost, and he went to the ashrama of Rishi Bharadwaja. From there, he got the mantra Upadesha of the Devi, and since the time after he started chanting the mantra, because of the potency and the blessings of the Devi, he alone faced 100 warriors who came on chariots. Sudarshana had nothing, had no weapon. He was single-handedly facing the chariot riders, and the Devi herself manifested because of his mantra power and the devotion he had towards the Devi. The Devi herself came and made Sudarshana victorious against all the mighty warriors, and made him marry the daughter of this Kashi Raja, whose name is Shashikala, I think, if I am not wrong. And that's how that is another story of Kashi Raja. So here Kashi Raja is taking the side of Pandavas, and because he is devoted to Devi, he is also devoted to Lord Krishna. So this is another reminiscence that whatever be the form of the divine power, the soul or the Atman remains the same, the spirituality remains the same. So we must never make any difference between different forms of God or different forms of the Supreme Almighty. So it could be Krishna, so whether it be Vaishnavism, whether it be Shakta, whether it be Shaivism, or whether it be any other school of thought or philosophy, or the form of God, God is one. So that is what I was trying to convey here through the story of Kashi Raja. So here, coming back, Duryodhana is naming the warriors on the battlefield on the opposite side. So Kashi Rajascha Viryavan. So he himself is saying, admitting that they are all Veera or heroic in the battlefield. Purujit is another warrior. Kunti Bhoja, Saibhya, Narapungavaha. Narapungavaha, they are heroes in human society. Narapungavaha. So Drishtaketuscha Chekitanaha, Kashi Rajascha Viryavan, Purujit Kunti Bhojascha Saibhyascha Narapungavaha. This is shloka number 5. Now we will go to shloka number 6. Yudhamanyuscha Vikranta, Uttamaujascha Viryavan, Saubhadro Draupadeyascha Sarva Eva Maharathaha. So again continuing the names. Yudhamanyuscha, Yudhamanyu, Vikranta. Vikranta is mighty. The mighty Yudhamanyu is there. Uttamaujascha. So another name is Uttama Auja. Auja itself is Ojas, and Uttama Auja is very valiant. The name itself is very valiant. Viryavan, again valiant. Saubhadro, the son of Subhadra is Saubhadro. Draupadeyascha, the son of Draupadi, the sons of Draupadi. So why is this difference in Subhadra and Draupadi? Subhadra was also married to Arjuna, and Draupadi was also married to Arjuna, and that is why to point out whom they are exactly referring to, they are saying the son of Subhadra and son of Draupadi. Merely by saying the son of Arjuna, there might be a confusion as to whom they are actually referring to. So Duryodhana is very pinpointedly making references here and saying Saubhadro, the son of Subhadra through Arjuna, and Draupadeyascha. Draupadi was a common wife to all 5 Pandavas, but she also had a son through Arjuna. So Saubhadro Draupadeyascha Sarva Eva Maharathaha. So all these are Maharathis, so exponents in warfare. So this also brings me to the point as to that we jokingly mention in our conversations as to were women ill-treated during those days, and are women being ill-treated now, or are they considered as lesser than men? No. See here, Duryodhana, the evil-minded one, is also referring to women, sons, in the name of their mothers. Right? So Saubhadro Draupadeyascha, the son of Subhadra and the son born through Draupadi. So it is not that during those days and even before that, in the Vedic Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, women are they are nurtured, they are cared for, and they are preserved as gemstones. As you will preserve a gemstone safely in your vault and take care of it so as to not lose it. You will take all precautions, safety measures. So women were considered like as precious as gems, and even more than that, and they were protected from outraging or any other chances that they might fall prey to. So it is not that they were ill-treated and they were caged within the four walls of the house. It's not so. It is only with the intention of protecting them from external harm. But internally they were given the power to make decisions over financial matters. The entire home ministry was theirs, the finance ministry was theirs. They were treated as CEOs. The husbands have to take permission for all expenditures which they desire to make, even towards the kingdom or towards charity, or it could be towards any other dharma karya or conducting a sacrifice or yajna. The permission and the consent of the wife was necessary. Without that, the men wouldn't take any step. If she says no, then it is a no. If she says yes, then it is a green signal. So they have to be happy about. So that was the kind of importance, and that was the kind of royalty which women always enjoyed. So women also were quite pious and meditative those days, and they also had spiritual powers in them. So they themselves did not want to go out and waste all those meditative powers which they have gained after so much of shrama, parishrama. So that is what the truth behind all these regulations and precautionary measures were. But today it is being misinterpreted. Today Manusmriti is being misinterpreted. That is another issue, but it is solely because of our own misapprehensions and misconceptions about how we perceive what it really is, how we perceive the truth. Right? So coming back to shloka number 6. युधामन्युश्च विक्रांत उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथः. So Duryodhana is continuing with reciting the names of all those opponents, the warriors which are there on the battlefield, to Dronacharya. Then what does he state? अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तान् निबोध द्विजोत्तम नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमिते. So these are the opponents. Now I want to tell you about our own people, our own heroes also, so that I just want to remind you of the power and strength which our warriors and our side army has, so that you might be confident and not waste any time on, never step back in putting down the enemy. So this we will continue in the next video. So far, Namaste, Namo Namaha.